This WNBA offseason killed a lot of dumbass narratives, right? It really did. And I hope they're gone for good. And I hope we spend so much less time discussing nonsense.
Dewanna Bonner has returned to Twitter after a 6-month hiatus, and her latest post has everyone talking. She's officially signing with the Indiana Fever, but there's more to her announcement. She's determined to shift the narrative surrounding an unfair reputation.
But I think we've seen it stamped out this offseason. And one of those narratives was people wouldn't want to go to the Fever because of the Fever fan base.
You might be thinking, isn't that the team with the fans who often attract attention? Well, Bonner's tweet is changing the way people view things, and there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye.
It goes to show you that I think hopefully all that stuff has been put in the rear view. And of course, Bonner is a pro.
Get ready, because what Bonner just shared is about to stir things up in the entire WNBA world. The effects on the upcoming season will definitely be noticeable. Let's break down why this is more important than it might appear. Picture this. B is casually scrolling through her phone, expecting the usual posts, but then, bam, she stumbles upon something that truly sparks her passion.
She's gone online for 2 times. One is to call out the crazy people attacking her right now because she joined it.
Bonner faced a lot of backlash for joining the Indiana Fever, but rather than simply reacting, she fired back with a tweet that landed like a game-winning shot in the closing moments of a championship match. She firmly stood her ground, defending her decision with the determination of a player diving for a loose ball in the final minutes of the game.
I don't get on here often because this app is insanely too much sometimes. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the love I've received so far. Deaf, not unnoticed. The love is real.
Bonner's tweet wasn't just about her. It was for the Fever fans as well. All the talk about no one wanting to play for Indiana. Bonner put that to rest, standing up for the dedicated fans who deserve more and are ready to back a team on the rise.
And I think after what happened last season, Fever fans are probably starving for that. And I think seeing the validation of the players choosing their team.
You might be asking why this matters. Bonner's a seasoned veteran and a champion, so when she speaks, people pay attention. Her tweet isn't just about her or the Fever, it's about the entire WNBA. She's advocating for unity, emphasizing the importance of the game and the fans, and encouraging everyone to support one another, rather than bring each other down.
And it's funny because right now.
And you know what? People are paying attention. The response has been overwhelming. Fans are rallying behind her, and other players are offering their support. Just like that, the conversation about the Fever and their fans has completely turned around.
No argument that the Fever are a great basketball destination. That Caitlin Clark is a great basketball.
It's like Bonner hit the reset button. Her tweet isn't just changing minds, it's changing the game. Suddenly, the WNBA world is buzzing with new energy. The Fever fan controversy started when a friend of Alyssa Thomas and Dewanna Bonner said the fan base was so toxic that players were avoiding the team.
My 11-year career, I've never experienced the racial comments from the Indiana Fever fan base. When we had her face on a serious match.
Things you were saying about me, can you just stop?
The numbers tell a different story. The Fever's fan engagement is off the charts. packed arenas, and a buzzing social media presence. It's as if their fan base is a hidden gem that everyone's just starting to notice. And with Caitlin Clark joining the team, even more fans are jumping on board. The team that was said to have a toxic fan base is now attracting new supporters from all directions. It just doesn't add up.
The Fever fan base being painted with live at game.
Here's the real surprise. Why are star players flocking to Indiana? Maybe it's the opportunity to win, more endorsement deals, or perhaps they've realized the Fever fans aren't as bad as some claim.
It is, if you're good and you're playing well, it's great to be a Fever. If you're playing badly, it is the worst place you can be. And if you're a WNBA player, you've got to be able to handle that.
Think about it. If the fan base was truly that toxic, would all these top players be eager to join? No chance. It's like they're seeing something completely different from what we've been told. And you know what? I think they're spot on.
With Natasha Howard, it was connections to Stephanie White.
You might think you know what's going on with the Indiana Fever, but there's a comeback no one saw coming. Remember when they were called radioactive? Now they're the hottest ticket in town. What changed? Caitlin Clark. She's not just a star on the court. She's bringing fresh energy to the team, with packed arenas and a spotlight that's making Indiana more attractive to players.
And like I've said, there's so many pros. On the road or away, or at home. All these things come to you when you're playing for the Fever.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about Clark. We're seeing all stars and fan favorites like Bonner and Sydney Coulson eager to join the Fever. These are big names, and they're after something bigger than just basketball. When a team becomes the talk of the town, packed stands mean more exposure, which leads to big endorsement deals. These players aren't just thinking about the next game, they're thinking about their future.
At games. All that stuff has been put in the rear view, and of course Bonner is no argument that the Fever are a great basketball destination, that Caitlin Clark is a great basketball player, that they have a great fan base. I guess that's ultimately what you're going to see, right? Because so many of those Fever fans, I've seen them, they're the ones watching Unrivaled. They're the ones watching women's college basketball.